Focus on the left, not for the deaf. Focus on the right. Come on in the track to what? Who the strongest when I'm on the there? You ain't shit. You working in town, had your gas.
Okay.
Go something that Wu-Tang Crush. Don't put a rings on it. I don't know. Hey, it's Gina, it's Vince, it's Tina, and we out here, we on Aquafina. And you can't see me because I got a misdemeanor. And come, you get, I don't, yo,
Yeah.
all right, yeah, let me stop.
Yeah, you lost me too, but I'm your co-host and your friend, so I'll just let you ride it out. You lost me too, but it's cool. It's Black History Year. So I'm gonna let you do your thing. Unmute yourself so now we can hear you. So now you mad that you rapped a freestyle that was trash, and then you muted yourself because you knew that what you was doing was horrible, and now look at you. You're muted. You're muted. You're muted. You're muted now. See, you just a sucker MC on the ones and threes. Does that even make sense?
Oh, you ever been canceled by your own microphone? That ever happened? my mic was like, "Yo, bro, this is not what I signed up for."
That's what I'm saying. Your mic was like, "Bro, this wasn't it."
Pick
up and kill it and kill it and kill it.
Yo, Gina, my mic over here like
You think you are.
Talk about coffee. You all about coffee right now.
Don't even get me started. All right, well, good morning. Let's go ahead and give them the intro for the second to last time that we will give this intro. Hallelujah.
Good morning, and what you say? I said good morning, and welcome to Melanin Espresso, where we bring a different kind of energy, baby. Now let's show some love for your two hosts with the toast, Vince Taylor and Gina G.
Hey, it's Vince Taylor and Gina G here 2 days after Juneteenth. How are you this morning, Gina G? Oh my God.
I mean, I'm blacker than my coffee. You understand?
That's what it is, man. And you need coffee because you got to recover because you was out working all weekend, like, bruh, killing every stage.
Lord. As they say, what they say, Lord.
Two T's on it, bruh. Well, I'm glad you're here, Gina, because I have I feel a certain way today because I feel emboldened because I personally myself, me, Vince Taylor, nobody else, have been screaming the reigns of Juneteenth for decades. Like I've been pulling up. You can go down my timeline, check my cover photos. You'll see that I've been screaming about Juneteenth for the longest, since before it was popular, since before Trump claimed he made it popular. I've been putting this out there, and I'm just happy as heck that it's finally becoming more mainstream. But I want to know from you, Gina, first of all, hopefully you had a good Juneteenth. Did you do the barbecue thing? Did you get any mashed potatoes, ribs, any turkey, any gravy, any mac and cheese, bro? What you did, man? Collard green, what's happening?
Well, what I did was make the white man work. I actually went...
You would have Cracker Barrel. What the heck? What your ass?
I actually made the white man work. I went to a seafood restaurant in Virginia Beach and made her go back and forth to the kitchen. I asked for everything individually, like ketchup, and she came back. I said tartar sauce, and she came back. I said hot sauce. And I said, "You gonna work, baby?" And then my dog was there, so he just kept barking at her, and all the white folks was like, "Oh my God, he's so protective of you guys." Yes, and one lady was like, It's crazy how, like, he's like, "These are my people. You guys back up." I said, "Whoa, hey, that's a little shaky."
Yeah,
that's a little shaky.
Yeah.
What you mean by the dog is saying these are your people?
Yeah.
Don't be racist today, okay? It's Juneteenth.
Yeah.
It's Juneteenth. I had some white only pie. Then, this was a good Juneteenth. No. This was a good Juneteenth, y'all. I literally had my whites only pie. And if you ain't seen life, then that's your fault. But Vince knows what I'm talking about. I had some key lime pie, baby.
You got the windowsill.
It's good and white.
Nah, man. Yeah, that's crazy. That's hilarious, man. That is funny though. Do you think that Juneteenth is now a federal holiday? It's officially on the books. It's the equivalent of Martin Luther King Day. Here's the funny part. It's supposed to be a paid holiday, the way that they arranged it. Yeah, it's supposed to be paid. Does that work? How does that even work on the weekends? The question is, should it be a paid holiday for everybody or just a select few of us that you know, over the course of centuries, may have not found out that they was still slaves
free for 2 years.
You know, I don't know. I don't know. What say you, Gina G? You say we should all just have Juneteenth off, or I don't know.
I do like it being a paid holiday, you know, because well, you know, I don't know if I like it. Let me rephrase. Let me revert back because I'm a little tired. I don't really know if I like it being a paid holiday because then you're still making folks work.
Right.
Us. Because if you close down certain things, that grocery store, that Wendy's, that McDonald's, you know what I'm saying, that Subway, which is, you know, us working most of the time. I'm not saying black folks are the only ones working now. Calm down. But Walmart is still open. It ain't open on Christmas Day when that's supposed to be Jesus' birthday, whatever, even though it ain't cold in the goddamn desert. But whatever. Anyway, so I really feel like a paid holiday is it's a bit much. I think everybody should be off, should be celebrated. Jubilee. Now, but people work on the 4th of July, certain jobs. So, you know, they get paid and they get paid extra double. So I don't know. It's kind of a catch-22, Vince, to be honest with you. Now, the fact that we have it being a holiday, I am like, to see that lady who was 94, I think she's 94, she was on Don Lemon and she talked about how, you know, she marched and she fought and, you know, she said it was lit. She said off the chain. She said, can I say what the young people say? Off the chain. I said, you better good at anime. Yeah, I don't know. You know, I know you have a different aspect because you are, you know, the leader of the free world in the black world.
Nah, I'm not Papa Doc, bro. This ain't 8 Mile, man. You try to make me out to be this is F the free world. Come on, man. Like
you get me. That's why I love you. But I feel though, seriously, it should. I'm glad it's a holiday, but like my boy Barry said, it should just be really for white folks. We let them go to work and then tell them through their shift that they had today off.
Yeah, basically. That's what I was looking at Barry's tweet too. He's like, we should let her work all day. And they be like, because that's what Juneteenth, for those of y'all don't know, like it's a weird thing because I feel like Juneteenth is a black freedom holiday. It's a day of celebration of freedom. All right. Officially, for those who don't know, the Emancipation Proclamation was historically known as the document that freed the slaves. But in fact, the Emancipation Proclamation only freed the slaves in Confederate states. So after the Emancipation Proclamation was signed, there were still slaves in other places. But even worse than that, there were people that did not want to honor the Emancipation Proclamation. So you have a city like Galveston, Texas, in which the feds were dispatched via horse and bayonet over to let the slave owners know, like, yo, y'all know that y'all free and have been for a couple years now. You know what I'm saying? It's like, hold up, man. Can I get my back pay? Restitution. What's up with the rest of that? And so Juneteenth was meant to commemorate the date in which officially the overwhelming majority of slaves were officially given their day off.
Right.
And that's why we celebrate Juneteenth, which is why a lot of black folks are now venturing to Juneteenth as opposed to July 4th, because 1776, July 4th, most of us were watching the fireworks while our, ankle was chained to our chicken coop and unable to really, unless we was playing the violin and fiddle dancing around, weren't really able to, have any. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? We was chicken Georging it out, you know what I mean? So, yeah, with the spoons that I...
Dance for me, boy. Dance for me.
Yeah. Come on, one-legged dang Kunta. Anyway, so I'm happy that, but the weird part about it is it's a day to celebrate the end of slavery, but it starts to become like a black versus white, when I don't know if that should be the case, right? Like that's where it's weird. We should all be able to celebrate in the ending of slavery officially, right? But even though it means more for us, white folks should be just as happy about the end of slavery.
And they was out camping.
Yeah, I mean, it looks good. It's a funny thing, Gina. There's like a religion out there. If you're like a deep hotep, you believe that the ancestors are looking out for you, right? Have you ever had somebody like, yo, look, I'm gonna talk to the ancestors. Let me see what the ancestors got to say.
No, weirdo. What's it called again? A hotep?
Hotep. Yeah, a hotep, short for Imhotep, stands for peace. But it's like somebody goes too hard. You know what I'm saying? Somebody like a Dr. Umar type. Yeah. And they like, there's some of them, they be like, yo, look, man, I don't really believe in everybody partaking in some of the things, some of the delicacies, that black people, and they also, some of them don't believe that like all people aren't the same and shouldn't be the same.
Able to celebrate.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? And so it gets real deep. But I don't know if I feel that way. But at the same time, I'm happy that we had the day off, even though it was a day off already. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
And they're off Monday. I know like certain jobs, they're off today because, Juneteenth was Saturday. So, okay, I feel it a little bit. But I'm with you, though, Vince. Everybody should be able to celebrate it. White folks ain't saying 4th of July is their holiday. Well, I don't know. Some probably are in their backyard cooking raccoon or whatever. But majority, I never grew up thinking that 4th of July was for the white man. Let me just put it like that. I grew up 4th of July, barbecue, fireworks. We all get together. It's family. I never really knew what it was as a kid because it was a holiday on the calendar. We got together. We cleaned up. It's a holiday. But I do believe that everybody should be able to celebrate this holiday. Everybody should be able to make it known to their children what they are celebrating so that maybe we can go ahead and start breaking some of these chains down because you out here barbecuing, which I've seen them. And they go RVs, doing it good, doing it bigger than us, but whatever, boats and stuff. But at least you can go ahead and tell your children, this is what today is. This is why we're out here doing this barbecue or this picnic, pick a nigga, whatever, is because it's Juneteenth. It's the day that, 2 years after.
Yes, basically.
Really free. Yeah, somebody told them finally, like, hey, what you doing out there?
How do you feel? Like, how do you feel when somebody you sitting there picking in the morning, and then some dude on a horse rides up to your slave master, right? To say, let's just say the slave watcher, the overseer, and whisper something. He's like, and then the guy looks up, he's like, huh? And then you sitting there picking, you like, hey, what they over there talking about, man? And then at some point, everybody's like, yo, y'all off, man. Y'all off. Like, what do you mean we off? Oh, my bad. You know what I'm saying? Turns out y'all supposed to clock out back in 1865. Sorry, it's 1867. But hey, appreciate the hard work. Here's a gold star and a little cotton for the road.
Come on.
Go ahead and make yourself acquainted with freedom.
They pull it out.
Yeah, man.
Go a little 15 cents for your truck.
Go ahead and take that with you right quick. It is what it is, man. I'm happy that it's getting its just due. I see that there's some folks who are completely against it. I see TJ's in the comments. TJ, he doesn't think it should be a federal holiday. I don't know. I have mixed feelings about the holiday portion of it. But
they gotta do something. It's like they feel like they gotta do something, y'all. And we can't keep complaining. It's like they giving us something. Now we can still be on their behinds because we are still looking for our reparations. We still looking for bills to be passed. I'm not saying that, y'all. I ain't saying take this little holiday and go about your business. But when you can see somebody trying, I guess that's how I look at it. Like, okay, all right, y'all. Yeah, now y'all trying. Now we didn't ask for this. Okay, we didn't ask for the statue of George Floyd. We didn't ask for the statue of George Floyd that y'all just put up. That we don't even understand why there's a statue of George Floyd. Like we understand everything that went on, but I mean, hey, what's going on, bro? Why y'all give us what happened to Marcus Garvey?
Right.
Why we can't get, what I'm saying? I would have get a Tupac statue before. I'm just saying, just me against the world, but. I'm with you on that, Vince. I believe that it's just.
Let me say this. TJ likes to say, and I'm gonna quote my man TJ because I love this quote, and I've said it in speeches and everything. He says, "America is great, if you want to believe that, but it's the worst restaurant when it comes to civil rights. It's a terrible restaurant. We keep ordering justice and you keep giving us holidays. You know what I'm saying? We keep ordering restoration of rights and you keep giving us kente cloths. You know what I'm saying? We keep ordering police brutality to be completely eradicated and you keep giving us gyms or libraries named after historical figures. Like we're not just give us the pancakes we asked for, IHOP, and then we will give you the good Yelp review. But if we ask for a hot and fluffy pancake and you bring us a bacon wrapped steak, it's not necessarily what we asked for. We'll take it, but it ain't necessarily what we asked for.
It's free.
Why it's hard because there's some people, Gina, that don't necessarily believe that if we speak about the ills because of things like Juneteenth becoming a federal holiday and because of things like the George Floyd statue and, the Black Lives Matter Plaza down by DC, that think that, things is just good and peachy now. And we shouldn't really complain about things that are happening now because they're so much better than they used to be. But I think that they can go both ways. Like, I don't know if you saw this, but there was like a little spat between Bill Maher and Kevin Hart because Kevin Hart said, you're witnessing white power and white privilege at an all-time high. Now, I don't know.
What was that about? Why did he make that comment? What was Kevin Hart speaking about?
Well, New York Times was interviewing him, and they asked him, I believe, about, what all he believes is happening with, today's society. They asked about the insurrection and about, the Karen pandemic and, police brutality. And this was his response. He was basically saying, look, it's at an all-time high right now.
It is.
And everybody doesn't agree. What you think about that?
When that lady can say that dog knows that you're his people. Like, I don't know if she was trying to be, I don't know how to take that. But she said, oh, look at him. He is protective over you guys. Okay. He is like, these are my people. Leave them alone. And I'm like, I ain't know how to take that. So I could have slapped her, but the white privilege in her made me not slap her. You know what I'm saying? Like, let me tell you something. It is at an all-time high, you guys. And I think we are actually to blame as well because we're still giving people passes. We're still inviting them to cookouts. We're still doing certain things, you know what I'm saying? And certain people that should not be invited who has said some things in the past. Yes, people can change, but really? Are they really not saying the N-word or talking about black folks and chicken and watermelon for real at home just because they apologized on camera? I don't know. But I really believe that white privilege is on high right now just because they already don't want Biden in there because he's so liberal.
Right, okay. Right.
Then we think we doing something, black folks, because Biden's in there. So now, we out here just cutting up, wearing bonnets in airports and, doing crazy things of that nature. So it's just not looking good at the moment. As much as it feels like we are taking steps closer to certain things, when you look back, you know what I'm saying, and put on your goggles, we ain't really got nowhere. All we did is get somebody off the pancake box and the rice that didn't ask, okay? We got the Redskins. They had to change their whole thing. I think they just call Washington players now.
Football team.
Y'all just football. Y'all just a football team.
Mm-hmm.
So I just think that we're really not moving. It's kind of like giving dog peanut butter. You ain't really, they ain't all in it. They just keep, what I'm saying?
I got you. Yeah. It ain't no
it's enough. It's just enough for you to shush, but you ain't getting all of it.
Tell me your thoughts about this opinion right here.
Kevin Hart expressed a view many hold when he told the New York Times, you're witnessing white power and white privilege at an all-time high. This is one of the big problems with wokeness, that what you say doesn't have to make sense or jibe with the facts or ever be challenged, lest the challenge itself be conflated with racism. But saying white power and privilege is at an all-time high is just ridiculous. Higher than a century.
You see me scratching my weave. You see me.
Yeah. Well,
I'm back here like, I'm about to bust his head wide open. Did he say when woke? Play that.
I'm not going to play it again because I don't want to get canceled. But let me play devil's advocate for a second. All right. Allow me to put my Uncle Tom hat on. All right. Let me go ahead and go full Clarence Thomas.
Come on, Clarence.
All right. Now, listen, today, me and you, Gina, are both performers who can perform in any club we want as long as we're invited, despite whatever it is the room reflects in terms of demographics. There is no whites only sign outside of that. We actually have the ability to go state to state without having to worry about getting home by sundown. Neither of us have been chased off the road by the Klan anytime recently, at least that we know of. And we can sit here and lavish in a lot of the luxuries that we couldn't if we were around, say, in the 50s, 40s, 30s. So that's what they're trying to say. Now, it goes a little further. I disagree with some of this, but it goes a little further. And this is what I think he says next. And then we'll move off of this because it's getting sad.
Higher than a century ago, the year of the Tulsa Race Massacre? Higher than the years when the KKK rode unchecked and Jim Crow went unchallenged? Higher than the 1960s when the Supremes and Willie Mays still couldn't stay in the same hotel as the white people they were working with? Higher than during slavery? And I mean actual slavery, not Prince doesn't like his record contract slavery.
Your thoughts, sis? Because you get, does he have a point? Now, here's the problem I have. While you are mopping your lip off the floor, the problem I have is you don't necessarily celebrate the progress
with more racism.
Right. You don't necessarily say, look, just because you, like Malcolm X said, took the knife out that you stabbed me with 2 inches, we're going to call it progress. How about you never stab me, A, in the first place? And B, let's heal the stabbing wound before we just sit here and say, well, you know what? Now that you actually did not make it so that we are being stabbed the same way we were getting stabbed back then, we're okay with it. It's like, nah, bruh. Things are still messed up. We'll take the little progress we got, but we're not going to sit and celebrate and salivate over it without admitting the fact that there are still some L's nowadays. What was going through your mind? Because I ain't gonna lie, like your face dropped. Like there was a whole hole in your face for a little bit. What you was
First
thinking?
of all, that was rude. Like if you ask me, that was rude. Don't sit here and try to compare Tulsa and the clans. Like if y'all don't want to bring up the past, then don't bring up the past. Okay? Don't try to don't that I really want to slap him. Like I really wish I was there in that studio audience and slapped whoever clapped. Yeah, shut your ass up. What the hell you mean not slavery like how Prince said in his contract? Nigga, slavery is slavery. Excuse my I'm sorry. I didn't even mean to say the N-word.
Oh, look, we even got the freedom to say on our own show.
I'm scared to even say the N-word in like that because it's so early. But listen, but Vince, that was wrong. Like you couldn't come up with a better non-racist way to fight racism with more racism.
I don't
it
know,
don't
man.
matter if it was 100 years ago. It don't matter. It happened. That's my thing. If it didn't happen, we wouldn't have been fighting today. Juneteenth would have been a holiday.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So don't bring up, people always want to tell black folks to get over stuff. How can we get over it when it's still so blatantly in our face? I just don't understand. So maybe Kevin Hart could have said it differently, phrased it, and not made his statement so, harsh to the white folk, because that's who it hurt. It didn't hurt none of us. It didn't hurt nobody Spanish. It didn't hurt nobody Asian. It didn't hurt nobody Indian, Pakistani, or Indian, the tribals, the Cherokees. It didn't hurt him. It only hurt white people. Whenever you say white privilege to a white person, they feel like you literally just slapped them in the face with a bag of nickels. Like, this is your history. Like, your history is your white privilege. That's not we didn't do that. Y'all started this gangster stuff. Mm-hmm. So don't try to throw it back in our face like we should get over it, or why are we still talking about Tulsa? Because we ain't been right since y'all burnt our billionaire and millionaire status down. We haven't been able to build yet. Like I said, Juneteenth was celebrated, and I seen white folks in their RVs, in their boats, on their jet skis, on their land. We up in front of the apartment building. We barbecuing in front of building 17.
Wow.
A3. Okay, we barbecuing in the front yard because we don't want to barbecue in the back because we want y'all to see that we excited about today. So we gonna barbecue in the front. They got a Walmart commercial. Listen to me, Vince. There is a Walmart commercial out that's airing right now that got black folks putting the grill out in the front yard. I'll slap y'all. I'll slap Walmart. I don't care how much you pay an hour. I don't give a doggone. Don't you make no commercial with us. Don't you make no commercial with us in the front. In the front yard. Like we just ratchet. Put us in the backyard. Our backyard is big.
Yo, well, let me ask you this. All right. Is there a point in which black folks be like, all right, I'm cool? You know what I'm saying? Do you think we're ever going to is there ever going to be a moment in the United States of America in which black folks will be like, you know what? I done got my reparations. I got my little holidays, everybody got their education on, got my little 40 acres, got my mule. All right, America, we good. Or is it just the history that we have is going to always make it so we got a chip on our shoulder?
I think we are going to always have a chip on our shoulder, Vince. I mean, it's kind of like, my daddy left. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of like my daddy left me and my mama. Somebody else raised me, and now my daddy want to come back in my life. Yes, you are trying to make amends with your daddy that left you, but you
Right.
still gonna feel the
Yeah, you still
lessons.
got that. Yeah.
You still got that in your heart. You might try to do better and be better and love and build this relationship with this man, but you're not gonna forget how he left you. You
Wow.
understand what I'm saying?
Wow.
So I get it. There may be a point where we're like, all right, y'all, look, you know what I'm saying? We cool. You done gave us our 40 acres and a mule. I got me a little piece of land now. Now we got our bootstraps now that we can actually
Mhm.
build on for my grandkids and because it ain't gonna happen right now for my son. I'm sad
Right.
to say, but for my grandkids and and my son's grandkids or whatever. But there's never gonna come a point where Black folks don't feel old or don't feel like, damn,
Right.
we had to go through all of this
Yeah,
just to
man.
get 2 acres. When
Yeah.
if I was like this, I would have been had my whole farm and
Right.
crop and lands. And then I hate when people say, well, Black folks ain't gonna do the work. You never even gave us the chance to do the work.
Oh.
You
Well,
know, you never
who said
gave me
that?
the daggone farm and showed me how to milk this cow. You ain't never showed me how to slaughter this pig. So I don't want to do that because it looks hard.
Yo,
Just bring me
wait,
my
what?
bacon.
I gotta stop because there's no way anybody said that because we are the ones who did the work. You know what I'm saying? Like we deserve a 2-century break for the first 4 centuries. You know what I'm saying? Which is basically what I think should have been. Anyway, let me hold something. I don't know, man. I think that's all silly. But at the end of the day, man, I just think that as long as this history is meant to be
Right.
something that we have to find out on our own, which is not something that we have actually had taught in our classrooms, if we continue to believe that our history is being hidden and not being taught the same way we know who Patrick Henry is, who said one of the most ironic statements I believe a white man in the United States can say at the time, give me liberty or give me death, at the same time that there are actually literally slaves being brought over. Liberty to some people is lower taxes and less property taxes and not telling me to put on my seatbelt and wear a mask. To other people, it's not having me have my foot cut off for trying to run away to something free. And that's a part of us that's not going to lead, Gina. And I don't know. I feel bad for people who try to make it seem like it's going to be better, but unfortunately, I think that just goes along with being a Black American. That's a part of our. Yeah, that's just kind of the way it is. Now, another thing that happened this weekend was Father's Day.
Oh yes, we forgot all about.
You were just talking about how much you love your daddy for being around. How do you grow up? I'm curious on a personal level. I know how you deal with Ty. I know how you work with your whole circle, but how do you really deal with Father's Day in your situation? I mean, if I ain't trying to, I ain't trying to make this a Oprah aha moment. I don't want to fix your life, but
I don't lose no sleep. I think people are human. You do things, and I don't care if you my daddy, my mama, my sister, my cousin, my granny. You are a person. Before you were my father or my mother, you were a person. And you do things, and I don't have to subject myself to any negativity or anything like that just because you are my father or because you're my mother or because you're my sister or brother. It's okay to distance yourself from family because sometimes family be the worst. Okay, they're the ones that cut you thin. Okay, they cut you too thin to fry. Okay. But I will say that there are fathers who are fathers who raise their children, who teach them things, who at their daughter's wedding, they're dancing, the daughter's crying, like this dude was her first interpretation of a man.
Wow.
And then you have some that were just babysitters. You have some fathers that were they were there. You know what I'm saying? They were there because they didn't have no job, and your mama worked and they had to watch the children. You don't really know a lot about this man because he was just there. It's possible, and then you have the fathers that I'm talking about, they through. They ain't even, first of all, you had him because you knew he was married and you had a baby. I feel so sorry. You had a baby, so he don't even claim you or the child or any of those things, and then you just have those fathers that's going out here just skeet. You go, I know Nick Cannon takes care of his children financially and probably some time, but this man then got a whole nother wild and out girl pregnant. I mean, I need an application. That's all I'm trying to say. I don't think you application to the wild and out girls, because if I fill it out and get a little light skin, I could probably possibly get a check from Nick.
Hey, we can make that happen.
Yeah, I need to get an application for the wild and out.
Hey,
Nick out here paying these girls for babies.
What's your email address? I can send it to you because I know the people.
Nick is out here.
I'm not playing, seriously.
Giving girls whole checks for babies.
Yo, Gina, first of all, let me stop you right there. It don't take that there's something listen, I've worked with Nick Cannon. I don't know him on a personal level, but I've worked with him a couple times. And he's a cool dude. He's about his business. Right. But I can tell you right now, it's nothing too difficult about smashing somebody who works for you.
Right.
All right. That's in a patriarchal society is frowned upon.
But no,
some would consider that sexual harassment or abusing your power. Because let's be real, Gina, you can walk into a 7-Eleven and they not give a damn about who you are. But you walk in that same 7-Eleven after the person that's at the register just paid to see you on stage, and you have a completely different, they looking at you completely different. So if you talk to, Jane, Mary, whoever it is, as regular Nick, and then you happen to gain her adoration, kudos. But if you're looked at as the one who signs the checks and you end up impregnating all these women, I don't know, man. There's a blurring of the lines that's going on there. Hey. And it has low key, cult vibes a little bit. You know what I'm saying?
Weinstein vibes. It's got a little
bit. I don't want to put it that far because I don't want to. They tried to cancel my man, and I don't want to get on that page. But I will say this: have we? This is a really off the rocker question.
Okay, we got one more show until
we got one more show. We got second to last show. Yeah, next week is our last show, and then we taking a break. All right, now listen. I know that we have become very accustomed to the way that we raise kids: mom, pop, home. Even nowadays, mom, dad, home, whatever. But it also says it takes a village. I believe that's a biblical statement. So is it possible that maybe we've been doing this wrong and we should be having multiple families within the household, some of which may intertwine within each other? I don't know, man. Maybe like the Big L, maybe like John Smith, these villages in which
I hope y'all heard this question that he said.
In which they have partners within
sister wives
realm of that. Yeah, you know what I mean? The whole village they have one ceremonial, weekly ceremony where they all kind of get together. Nobody know who the daddy, nobody know it don't matter because we all gonna raise these kids and love them all equally as well. I don't know, man. Maybe the future is in breeding folks as if they're actually cattle.
So Bill Gates can figure out a way to kill some more folks. Okay.
Sure. Bill Gates, he wants to kill so many people so that, they can keep buying Microsoft.
Come on now, I'm woke. Now, Vince, monogamy is very questionable.
Yes.
I'm gonna be real. And I've been married almost 10 years. Okay. Mm-hmm. And monogamy is very questionable. It really is. Sometimes I wish he would go out and find somebody else to spend some time with because I'm tired. I am tired. Is there another woman is there any takers that want to take him for a few hours? Okay. So I understand the whole, monogamy situation. Now, if that was something that we discussed, like I've seen the Sister Wives show, and it seems like everybody is happy and in one accord, then that's cool. But it's the bringing it in. We've been married 10 years, and now you want hold on. When did you change your mind? Because we was just at the ceremony 10 years ago, and you said I do to you and you and you.
You just try to spice it up.
So, although monogamy is a little shaky. Now, when in the book it said be fruitful and multiply, he was not talking about having babies, okay? Be fruitful with like knowledge and all kind of things and multiply that is how I seen it. Because I think people love to get one piece of the scripture, like how weed came from the earth, and everybody now it should be right because it's 1-2 words in the Bible that say that you should have libations. I think people took that be fruitful and multiply a little too A little too strong. A little too strong, BT. A little too strong.
Yo,
Now,
well,
Nick
first of all,
Cannon can afford all these babies, though, Vince. This is
true
the
indeed, true indeed.
situation. Nick Cannon can afford to have 7 to 12 children with 3 or 4 different women. He can.
Right.
Not Ray. Okay. Not even sometimes Brian. Okay. Don't think all white folks got money. Now, Brian, and he called himself DJB because he didn't hang out with black folks. He don't take care of his kids either. Okay, just because he white don't mean he take care of his kids or he got money to take care of his kids. So my problem with that is, Vince, if you gonna be fruitful and multiply, I'm gonna need your wallet to be fruitful and multiply as well.
Hallelujah.
I need you to not get mad when she goes and gets on assistance and tell on your behind because you ain't helping. So now she got to ask Uncle Sam for a few dollars because you ain't helping. Now, if these fathers were taking care of their children, then maybe we wouldn't have so many people on welfare, black and white. And of all colors. It's more white people on welfare anyway. If you do, come on, I don't want to give you the numbers, but I know for a fact that there's more white folks on government assistance than black folks. We just abuse. Black folks just abuse it. Okay, we just be lying and getting $17 million. I
don't believe that's the case either, Gina. I think that we being scapegoated since back in the 80s when Reaganism was prevalent and the term welfare queens was made prominent.
Black folks.
Then we started, because the difference between us black people, because we need to also feel like we are somebody. Sometimes our worthiness is based on the perception of what we are.
Correct.
So people would rather have, the lack with the triple gold D's on it, you know what I'm saying, with the system in the back, but pull up to your auntie house where you stay on the couch. That's why so many songs is like, yo, ain't got no job.
Ain't paid no rent. Ain't paid no rent.
Everybody can relate to it when Boosie said, I pull up to the club VIP, ass paint on, all drinks on me.
Wipe me down.
I don't even think that. Yo, we felt it. We was like, yo, look, bro, I know exactly what that's like, bro. I'm trying to turn up, I'm saying. I'm
with you one time.
You know what I mean? I just sold half of my food stamps. You know what I'm saying? I did double for the double. I did half for the half.
I think
I'm about to ball out on that money.
I think black people live their lives, Vince. I think black people live in the moment. They don't live for the future. I think that's the only reason why we spend money on houses, cars, and jewelry. Because Ray can get shot as soon as he leaves. You know what I'm saying? So why not have a house and a car and a watch? I know it ain't right, but is it really wrong? You know what I'm saying? Because white folks spend $35 on one white t-shirt. So are they better because they spent, are they better because their t-shirt don't say Gucci on it 17 times? Let's be real. Are they better because they spend their money on a Prius instead of a Caprice? Are they really better? You know what I'm saying? They still spending their bread. Kim Kardashian just put fur all over a damn Bentley. Did you see that? Her Bentley looks like the little dog from what's the movie? Because I know your little nerd tail know it. What's the movie where dog is the friend? He be flying in the air.
The dog is a friend.
Come on, it's an old movie.
Air Bud.
No, I will pop you, not Air Bud. It's a fairy movie. It's a
Falcor. You talking about Never Ending Story?
Yeah. Kim Kardashian just made her car look like Falcor.
Yeah.
But ain't nobody gonna say nothing. Why?
Yeah.
Why? Now let me go and put my car with all this fur on it. Then y'all gonna call me ghetto. I spent my money on the wrong thing. Blah, 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 blah. But she got a furry car though.
I remember when Kendrick Lamar bought his niece or his cousin a Camry, and he got drugged for it. It was like, a Camry? That's all you got for your cousin? You can't get her the Rolls Royce. You can't get her the Spider. Can't go ahead and drop the Phantom. I'm like, bro, she is 18.
She's 18. She don't even know how to drive yet. For real. Give her that Camry and shut up. It's free. I'll take it.
You know what I'm saying? It's a whole Camry.
I'll take that Camry today.
Please, right now. You know what I'm saying? Right now. The whole time.
I'll take the car from Boys in the Hood where they shot Ricky. Give me that one. I'll take that one too.
I do think it is a fascinating concept to have kids based on your income. That's something that we can consider. They do that in China, in China, you were only allowed to have one child. And then just recently, they made it possible. They made it legal to have 3 children.
You can have 3 children in China. Thank you.
You're allowed to have 3 children. They should regulate that.
My uterus is fine. Thank you. Thank you for allowing my uterus
Well,
have more than
China
one.
is a communist. You know, it's run by a whole other thing.
But it's so
Now,
many people in China though. It's so many people out there.
yeah,
Everybody got
and
one baby.
yeah, they're allowed to have because it was overpopulated. I mean, think about it. China can fit in half of the United States, but it has over 1 billion people
Ooh,
in
China
it.
too.
And so they was like, yo, hold on, slow down.
Come
You know
on,
what
fat.
I'm saying? Let's just go ahead and, I'm glad, yeah, they the tight. You know what I'm saying? They get up in there. It's like they have a whole story. Every Chinese food spot turns into an orgy after hours, man. It's a
See,
whole
that's
different
where we
thing, man.
got the happy ending.
Yeah.
See, that's where we got the happy ending from. Right there.
Wonton nuts. Yeah, it's a whole other crazy thing. But yeah, that's what's going on right now. But if you are courting, I hope that they do it better than some people out there. Now you were talking about, people, commingling, not being monogamous.
Well, how do you feel about it? Let's keep
The
it real. 'Cause
possibility
we
that
have it.
monogamy may be starting to go out of style a little bit, not necessarily in terms of like, oh, you can't be devoted with somebody, but
Right.
kind of having that European attitude, like, listen, we're together, you my main chick, I'm your main dude,
But we
but
got
if I go on
conflict.
vacation, I'm on vacation. You know what I'm saying? Like, I love you. I'm not saying nothing against you, but some catch my eye.
I lied to you
Wanna be
because I
safe.
love you, girl.
I loved it her. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that might happen. Just be. All I'm saying is have some couth if you're gonna approach some people. Don't be messy. I thought this was a little messy. Did you see this, Gina?
Saying she's wrong.
She's watching right now as I flutter my eyes at you, and I'm about to ask you, do you have plans for dinner?
Huh? Whoa. That was fast.
Tell me yes or no.
I don't have plans for dinner.
Would you like to have dinner? Because here's what I'm thinking, right? We go to Fresco by Scotto, where I was last night. Let me tell you something. You're gonna melt at the food.
Really?
All right, just say no. Tell me
No.
about your movie. No, he's not saying yes.
I'm not saying, listen, what I'm not gonna do, I'm not.
Wendy Williams is a cold piece of dang on work.
Yo, first of all, she asked this dude to dinner on national TV.
Messy.
He ain't finished his divorce. You know
He
what I'm
ain't
saying?
finished.
It's like his whole marriage is still like crumbling, and
Wendy
she just
Williams.
no shame at all.
Wendy
Not to mention
Williams.
all of the people she done had on the show, and the first one you're gonna ask on
It's the
TV
white boy.
is Mr. Chocolate.
It's the white boy.
White man, yeah. Listen, I ain't tripping. You know what I'm saying? Gary Cole gets a lot of hate in the comedy industry from a lot of black comics, saying he's a culture vulture. He's he's still in the culture and all of that. But if there's anything you could steal Gary Cole from the culture, I am going to nominate Wendy Williams as one of those proponents of this culture that you are more than welcome to take with you, because
First
I
of
don't know if
all,
she really speaks for the culture. She looks a little odd there. She looks
the
feeble.
delegate says, let's trade her for, who can we trade her for?
I'll take Fred Savage.
I'll take Fred Savage too. Listen to me, Wendy. That was wrong. That was so tasteless that it's not even funny. Like, the reason why I didn't like it is because she said she's watching right now.
Yeah, bruh.
So let me ask you this.
Yes, and she knew she was wrong.
First of all, I will put a Halloween costume on you and make you fall out again. If you think you gonna sit up here and go and do this, what you know is disrespect this black woman who you should be standing up for her right now.
Right.
Not asking this I'm about to call him a Negro because he ain't, but he acting like one. But you gonna sit here and ask Gary Owen to dinner?
Right.
Which means you're gonna pay for it, which means and then you telling him, oh, the food you're gonna melt. Shut up.
Well,
For your face melt.
Oh my God.
Girl, I don't do Wendy. No, that is wrong, because that's what she could have did that off camera. If you wanted to take this man to dinner, you should have wrapped this dang on interview up and then asked him to dinner behind the camera. There is no way you should have been that doggone disrespectful to ask this man to no dinner on camera, knowing she probably watching, because you said she watching.
Well,
So let me get this out the way. Do you want to know?
hold on. All right, I hear you, Gina. I see the neck movement. I get it.
The neck is really.
I get it. It's on and popping. I got it. Yep. But is it really wrong though?
It is.
I mean, why is it so wrong? Look, they're not
it's
together.
Because it's on camera. Because it's on camera.
But she's allowed to. Like, what's? It's not. He's not divorced, but he is a single man. He even in this interview spoke about. They was like, she tried to pin him down. She was like, "Do you have a girlfriend?" He was like, "Man, you know, I ain't trying to." He didn't answer to that. I think she was trying to feel him out. Like, look, is you with somebody or is you not? You know, I mean, what's up? Are you available? He didn't want to answer. I think out of respect for his marriage and for his kids, he was trying to be discreet. Obviously, she wasn't. But it is her show, and she can say what she wants on her show.
I don't care whose show it is. I don't care. Why are you asking this man who is clearly going through a messy divorce?
Yeah.
Okay. Why would you ask this man, knowing that his ex-wife is watching, and you're going to ask him to dinner? You are being messy, Wendy Williams, just like your Wendy Williams self. And I hope that you put on another Statue of Liberty costume this Halloween and fall the hell out. I hope you fall again. I hope you get weary and fall out again, because this was classless, tasteless, and tacky for you to ask this man who is still married, because in the world, you know, you ain't even that ain't even real anyway, because you can be single and married and still date. But the fact of the matter is, it was whack. Ask that man on commercial break. She could have asked that man in front of her studio audience. Okay? She could have asked him when the camera was off. But to say she watching? But if you saw her in the street, you would probably run or try to get a cease and desist order or a restraining order or anything, because you know she would beat you down. This is black. We just got Juneteenth going on, and you gonna down this black woman like that to ask this white man to go to dang on dinner? Yeah, he white. I don't care if this man. I don't care. He is white. If they line him up, the white man ain't gonna say no. We don't want you. You hang out with black people. No, they're gonna say bring your white behind over here. No. Because you're white. So I don't care if he's a culture vulture. I don't care if he didn't put black kids through college. I don't care. That man is white. And don't you ask that white man on your show to go to no doggone dinner when his black ex-wife is watching. You messy, Wendy. You messy. And I hope you fall out in another Statue of Liberty costume.
Oh my God. Why are you wishing paralysis on this? Like, now, hold up. I think if this was Michael B. Jordan instead of Gary Cole,
it's still wrong, Vince, because she said, I know she watching. Yeah, like, you gotta listen. You gotta listen for the messiness. That's the messiness right there. When she said, I know she watching, but do you want to have dinner? You are really, if that was in the street, man.
Yeah, that day. Okay, I see.
Wendy would be, somebody would have popped Wendy in her lip. Wow. You did that out of spite. You did that just to prove some point, like that you got it like that. And when he didn't jump and say, oh yeah, I'll go out with you, Wendy. Now you're supposed to, okay, let me just ask you about your movie. Like, let me just yeah, move on, heifer. Because you should have been asking about his movie in the first place instead of trying to ask him to dinner on camera with his black ex-wife who just said he ain't paid no bills. That's why you taking him to dinner, because he ain't paid no bills.
Well, she said he was a deadbeat dad, which again,
he ain't pay no bills.
Well, that's not. I mean, he put them through private school. You know what I'm saying? And he
took slap through this camera.
I don't know why I'm getting. What are you coming at me for? You know what I'm saying?
He put his kids through private school. They could have went to public school.
Yeah, but he did pay. Look. I'm not here to cape for Gary Coleman. I just want to discuss this in a realm of reality, and let's just admit what's really going on. Like, it's not like his wife was a deadbeat wife. She's definitely active. But his career did fund a lot of the education, and the kids are not young kids. Like, these are college age kids. His youngest, I think, is like a senior in high school, and they're just now getting divorced. Number one. Number two, they did end up going to dinner.
So Wendy Williams really went to dinner with him?
Yes, they actually did. Later on, not too long after this aired, they did end up. They were spotted at the place that she recommended. Sources say that they went the separate ways afterwards, but this was the proposal. And I'm just wondering if this is, I mean, is the tricky part about this the racial aspect? Is it the
No.
just disrespectful aspect
It's the
because they're still
disrespect.
married? If they were divorced at this point, would it have been okay? Or is it just the fact that she's being catty about it and being like, yo, your wife?
That's where I got the problem, Vince. It's the fact that you're being catty about it. Did you really want to go on a date with him? Because if you really wanted to go on a date with him, you wouldn't have asked him like that. And that's why he didn't know what to say, because he couldn't even believe the messy tackiness of yourself asking him on a date, saying, I know she's watching. And that's why he was like, okay, well, Lord, this going to be this going to be in the divorce. This is going to be written down. I don't want it written down.
Right. Oh, wow.
You know what I'm saying? Like Wendy, it was wrong, Vince.
I didn't even think about that.
It was wrong because she deliberately, like if this was a murder case, that was premeditated. That's first degree murder, not second. That's first degree disrespect that Wendy did right there. First degree disrespect. Because you planned that, you knew that, and you said, I know she watching, but do you want to go to dinner? That's where I have a problem. Not asking him to dinner. Now, if she would have never said, I know she watching. If she would have said, Gary, you know what? I want to take you out to dinner. Do you want to go to dinner? I wouldn't have had a problem with that. Because he is in the middle of a divorce. He is single. You know what I'm saying? He out here single, ready to mingle, just like Portia did with her little African. You know what I'm saying? So we ain't gonna get hung up on the traditions of, but he's still technically married and he ain't with that woman. Right. They ain't sleeping together. They ain't having no relations. So he's single. They just got to sign the paperwork. But the fact that she said, I know she watching, that's causes for a beat down. And she from New York, so she should know that you get beat down for lesser than that. Wendy, don't play. Well, I'm not fooling with Wendy Williams right now. I'm not fooling with Wendy. I'm on a strike from Wendy Williams right now.
First of all, I don't know,
Statue of Liberty costume and fall out. I'm for real.
I'm kind of confident in Wendy's ability to fight. Probably, she built like a silverback gorilla.
Shut up, Vince.
She probably could, with just one of her chest muscles, knock out Gary Owens, and my bad, Gary Owens, Lisa. I think I said Gary Cole a couple times.
It ain't right. You did say Gary.
But I think that Wendy has her role. But I do think that it is interesting that it's the approach that you're upset with and not the act itself. So it's not actually asking, it's doing it on camera. It's saying, hey, look, I know your wife is watching. If she had a little more class, if she was a little more,
she would have had some more class. There you go, Vince.
If she had been a little like, well, hey, maybe we'll talk about it later, or she had done like, you don't like the fact that she basically made a mockery of their relationship,
and that's exactly
and did it and exploited it, even though she's an entertainer, and basically that's what she was trying to do. I guess I can understand that.
Where's your integrity, though? I know you're an entertainer, and I know Wendy Williams has been in this game for 30 years. Okay, you've already proven that you messy. We don't need no extra mess on your mess, Wendy. We know you messy. We know you with the games, okay? But it was not right for her. We just had Juneteenth. Why is you doing that black lady like that? And that lady just at home, minding her business. And giving you ratings.
In her defense, I think this happened.
Well, I don't care when it happened, Ben. The lady was watching your show, giving you ratings.
Yeah, wow.
She put money in your pocket. And you gonna disrespect her like that?
Yeah,
no, ma'am.
Yeah. Listen,
no, ma'am.
No, ma'am. We've had people
no respect for me.
We've had people proposition people on this show before. So it's not like we're not necessarily accustomed to. By the way, this weekend, why? Come and see Michael Coy.
I can't stand you. I can't stand Ben Taylor, y'all. Make sure y'all follow the real Ben Taylor for this mess. I want y'all to witness this mess for yourselves, because Vince is a dang on fool. Segue. Let me use this real quick and segue you right on in here, because it was disrespectful to be so excited when I got on the camera.
He did kind of lean into you, you know what I'm saying, a little bit, and I thought that was very fascinating. I was offended, frankly. I was like, so I ain't cute, you don't think, you know what I'm saying? I don't get no compliment, you know what I'm saying? Like, come on, bro. Like, I done put the whole, button up on that was now just playing. But hey, there's a couple things going on here, and then we can start to wrap up, bro. But number one, with regard to the monogamy thing, I think
there you go. Because I'm glad you brought that back. Give me your opinion. Come on.
I think you're on to something. I do think that the notion of shareable sexuality is becoming a little more prominent, just because if you're fighting off urges to do something constantly, then maybe it's because your urge is natural, but it doesn't necessarily mean that you should. But if you and your significant other can arrange it so that you all are able to experience more in life without, disagreeing on it, then hey, handle your business. Listen, let's not sit here and pretend like the Greeks and the Romans weren't a bunch of freaks. Okay. The concept of brothels and stuff did not come out. I mean,
they had on sheets. They had on sheets. Everything was just free, ready to get it in. Come on. They didn't wear pants.
There was no Fruit of the Loom back when Pompeii was about to. So I think that some of this pent up sexuality is also causing all of these
murders,
mass shootings. Because there's a thing called, what an incel is, Gina. I think we've talked about this before. An incel is an involuntary celibate dude. You very rarely hear about incels being women, right? Because women, they basically, they can sell anything they want. But when a dude is like, yo, look, man, I ain't getting no butt. I'm not allowed to. I'm not allowed to pay for it if I want to. It's about time we went ahead and started legalizing and normalizing some more extra, I don't want to say extramarital, but more creative ways of going about not only relationships, but those individuals that are willing to put their body up for the good of society. Because Lord knows, man, if prostitution was legal, if brothels were legal, then half of these folks out here that are picking up their AK-47s, trying to go out and lash out on places like Asian salons because they're sexually frustrated, would just go in, swipe their card or pay with Apple Pay, leave with a little nookie, and have a good day, as opposed to having all this pent up sexual energy that they can't really get rid of. Except for, what I'm saying? Like they could have been hit Gina and tie up and joined the party. You know what I'm saying?
Now.
They freaking
can't speak no English though. You can't speak no English over here. Just know that right now. Just know that I don't need you saying Gina. No. You didn't say nothing.
So all right. Well,
we want Russia, Yugoslavia.
So Gina, are you saying that let's say
I don't know. But would you now threesome thing? Now hold, because before it go where I think it's going. Threesome thing, no, I don't like tacos. I like hot dogs. Okay, let me just say that right now. So I don't want no taco. Okay, I don't want no parts of the taco. I know what go on the taco. I don't want no taco. Okay, I love hot dogs. Do you understand me? I will eat a whole beef frank on camera. I love hot dogs. Okay.
All right.
Y'all know what I'm talking about.
I hear you. I get the innuendo.
So when the sister wives situation and things is going on, I think that they do that on their own.
Oh,
you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't think it's a joined event. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think he spends his time with that wife and spends his time with that wife, and then they maybe they have a barbecue together and they do whatever. But I ain't doing that. We ain't intertwined in nothing.
I got you. Okay.
If you want to go on, and you and Tamika, Shafaha are out.
All right.
Y'all out. I'm at the crib doing me. I'm out with my trainer or somebody, because this is not just for men. I'm gonna need y'all fellas to stop calling us hoes. Okay. So if we're gonna do this, we're gonna do this right. Okay. I should be able to have me a friend on the side, just like you got a friend on the side. But we ain't intertwining nothing.
Yeah. Let's say this, Gina. Let's say this. The reason they call it cheating, all right, isn't because you're doing it behind your back, somebody's back. It's called cheating because it's not fair,
right?
To the other person.
No, that's facts. It's not, the other person don't even know, right?
Who doesn't get to do the same thing as you, and that's one of the hardest parts about being open or being willing, is because most men, when you hear open relationship, or you hear like non-monogamy, non-traditional, you think, oh, I get all these hoes tonight. What it is. You forget about the fact that she going home with Floyd Mayweather, you know what I'm saying, and the rest of the money team. You know what I'm saying? Coming back with a couple zeros in the bank account, not because she did something for some change, but because they're getting love from somebody else, and it's not you. And that's the part I was talking. I'm gonna drop his name too, Black Ron. I'm gonna talk about my dog Black Ron right now.
Okay.
Me and Black Ron did a cruise one time. We was on a cruise doing our comedy thing.
Okay.
And Black Ron told me about the intricacies of his relationship and how they were open. And he was like, "Look here, buddy. You know what I'm saying? I might could do what I want to."
Or they're still together? When you say
I don't think they're still together. I haven't seen her picture on his Instagram anytime recently, but who knows? They might just be
somebody else more. That's what happened.
And that's what you have to. You could be drafted.
You have to be ready for.
And even if you're on a team, you can still be drafted, and that's the part. And he was trying to tell you, he was like, "Look, bro," he's like, "Listen, yeah, it's cool that I can have a little freedom, but you got to have a lot of pride too." Because if you are in an open relationship, that means that not only can you be like, "Yo, baby girl looking bad, baby, I'm gonna holler at you later,"
right?
But she can also be like, "Ooh,
he fine.
I'm kind of feeling this one right here. What you want to go ahead and take off for the night?"
Yeah.
And you have to be like, "I guess so." Now it'd be like me. I'd be like, "Man, I don't know, man."
Exactly.
He not need. You know what I'm saying? He don't look like he do leg. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, so I don't know, man. I think for
men can't handle an open relationship. I really don't believe that men can handle it. For real. I know y'all think that women, can't handle it, but women are used to cheaters. We're used to getting played. Okay. Right. So we can handle that situation because it's open. We've talked about it. She better not call my phone. I better not see no pictures up. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's our concern, is other people seeing us be a fool. Does that make sense?
Absolutely.
But for men, y'all can't handle it. If you found out that Kim was out with Kevin, you would go crazy because you know how Kim moves. You see what I'm saying? Kevin over there getting some of them Kim moves. Yeah. And you can't handle it.
I don't want to come back. I don't want to do something and you learn something new. You know
that's what I'm saying. Now she trying a new trick on you. You're like, where you get this? What the hell? Where you get this from?
Who taught you that?
That's what I'm saying. So that's why, and I don't know if it's a mind state, because I even think in the Greek and Roman in era, it was the same way. He didn't want to come in and find his little peasant girl, laid up with the dude that couldn't go to war because he weak. You know what I'm saying? He didn't want to come home and see that. So although monogamy seems like it could, monogamy seems like it could be, a little right. But then on the other aspect, it's kind of like, no, I don't know if I can walk in and see you laid up, or hear about you being laid up or know that you've been laid up. Because men are quick to call women hoes and everything else. And I don't think it'll work because y'all are going to expect women to just be okay with things and then y'all not be okay with things, so just cheat on me because I don't want to know. Basically, just cheat on me because if I know it's going to be a problem because I'm going to look at you.
All right. Let's take that same energy since this is our second to last show of the season. Let's take that concept, right? Let's say you and said significant other both give each other hall passes and go down to this place called Hedonism in Jamaica, where nudism is welcome and intercourse is not frowned upon.
No, he gonna leave me.
Huh? You can't.
He gonna leave me. Jamaica? This place is in Jamaica? Oh, he gonna leave my American behind. Oh yeah. Oh no. You can't make rice and peas like nah, Vince. Nah.
Yeah, well, hold on. That gets right to my point. Is it more that you are okay with sharing as long as the share does not impede your relationship? You don't want him to mess with somebody who you could lose him to.
Exactly.
Right? You don't want to mess with like, damn, hold on, this she got it all together. She got her
dirty wine and everything.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Oh,
my wine isn't dirty.
Yeah. Okay. All right. But what if you were able to also, catch up with Jacques Edwards, with Mano Vadesa? Yeah, man. Yo, girl, me see so uno over here, so and uno just cool off and what?
No, it don't matter.
It don't matter.
I'm still thinking about him with her.
Damn.
No, for real, Vince. It don't matter.
What if y'all in the room together?
Whoa, no, hey, hold on. Whew, Vince, you a little freak. I'm
asking about you, man. Look, me.
You put it on me. It's okay, I'll take it. I'll take the heat. I'll take the heat. I know where you're coming from, though. It sounds a little personal. Listen.
Oh no. It's nothing. Vince, nothing about you first. Nothing about it.
If this dude goes down to Jamaica I am gone. You understand me? He is gonna leave me. You understand me? If this man go down to Jamaica and I let him get one of them brown skin girls,
Yes.
I'm just left. My husband is
No.
leaving me immediately.
You sign a contract, bruh. You might not.
Well,
You can
because my what's his name, Michael Blackson and his girl signed a contract, but I'm gonna just put some racial stuff out there. She ain't black.
Well, that's true.
Them non-black girls be down for whatever,
Especially when money's involved.
Especially when money is involved. Black folks, we can go get money on ourselves. We can go get money ourselves. We can go date somebody else. We can go have a baby by Nick Cannon. We can do so many other things to get money.
Come on.
But let me tell you something. Vince. He gonna leave me Jamaica.
He is not gonna leave you, man. See, you thinking that a man is only. See, the problem is men, unlike women. I believe it's easier for us. Come here. It's gonna be all right, man. It's come on there, man. All right.
He gonna leave.
I think men, you giving me Yvette from Baby Boy about you love me no more. Yvette, that ain't got nothing to do with me. The car need fixing. That ain't my car. You know what I'm saying? But anyway,
he's gonna leave. But go ahead. I'm feeling your point. Go ahead.
I think that men are able to separate their attachment to the woman when it comes to sex a lot quicker than less than a woman. A woman, I don't know, not all women. All right, I'm sure somebody in there watching that. Hey, I gotta go. You know what I'm saying? Some have completely detached, but I think men, for the most part, I don't know all, but you can smash something, and maybe go home or go back to your life and not feel like you're in a relationship or like somebody, or you've grown closer with somebody. You feel like you just pleased yourself and perhaps somebody else, maybe if they're lucky. And you can go about your business. Women are like, there's an interconnect. Sometimes I feel like if you're like Gina right now, and I ain't trying to get too deep, but if Ty goes a month or two without even trying you, you might, well, who is you with?
Yeah, you with somebody. You with somebody, because what's wrong with me? You don't love me no more. Am I not?
Right. Exactly.
Yeah.
All of that. You know what I'm saying? But if we go a month and you keep telling us that, it just don't feel right, or cramps or whatever the heck, and we just, all right, man, look, it is what it is. Blah, 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 blah. All right, cool. You know what I'm saying? So there's a detachment when it comes to the act. So I don't know, man. I don't know. I think that
I just say we need to be straight up, Vince. I think that if you want to do those things and go and have an open marriage, I believe that needs to be a conversation between you and your mate. I do think it's something that you should talk to someone about before you get married sometimes as well, because that person may not feel the same. There's a lot of people that are really religious out here in these streets, and they, of course, the Lord, and he told me one person till I die. And so I feel like those are conversations that you need to have when dating. You know what I'm saying? Now, if that's something that you want to start doing within your marriage now, be prepared for the answer. That's all I'm saying. Be prepared for that woman or that man to be willing to walk away. Be prepared for them to say, you know what, you go ahead and do you. I'm not with that, or be prepared for it to be, her saying yes. And now she in Jamaica with
Bear Simon.
With Barris, with Jock.
Here with an iron fist.
Don't you bring Jock here, Egyptian. Because I'm going to jump on him in front of Ty. You understand me? In front of Ty. Okay? That's Jock cure again. You understand?
Hey,
but I just feel like it just needs to be a conversation. And if it's something that you both are okay with, who is anybody else to shame y'all? You know what I'm saying? Like if Gary Owen had an open relationship or he had an open marriage, and Wendy asked him without saying, I know she watching, but if she asked him that question without that disrespect, it would be fine. He's in an open marriage. He's able to have other women and go on dates with other women. So I just believe it's a conversation, man. At this point in my marriage, I relay race. I'm really ready for somebody. No, I'm just playing. In this point of my marriage, he's mine, and I am his, and people make mistakes. People, they go out and like you said, cheating is only because the other person didn't know about it. They were in the dark.
Right. Exactly.
Be straight up. If you went and did something, be straight up. Just let them know, hey, this what happened, bro. I'm sorry.
Well, but being straight up would be, hey, look, here are my intentions. this evening.
Ooh.
All right. After this show, there's this dude who's been in my DMs who I happened to look at some of his stories when he was getting out the pool. And he asked me if I didn't mind having a drink with him in his penthouse suite after the show. I may get a little loosey-goosey when I get up there, hubby. I just want to let you know in advance. Now, I know that this is atypical of our relationship. So if you feel the need to have retribution, then I will allow it, as long as you are as upfront with me as I am with you.
Wow.
But I want you to know that just because I have this fun with this man, if I do, it has no bearing on how much I love you.
That's dope.
And what we built for each other. I'm just using this dude as a toy.
That's dope.
And I get to have a toy every now and then, as long as I'm open with you. I'm not going to make you embarrassed. I'm not going to post nothing. I'm not going to let nobody know. And I will make sure that he signs this non-compete clause and this NDA as well. But I just want to be straightforward with you, boo. But I will not do it if you say no. But
that's dope, Vince. That wow. I almost said yeah. Go ahead. I like the way that was put together. My problem would be like if your man is not in a penthouse, if your man don't have a penthouse, if y'all staying with his mama and you have been offered a drink in the penthouse suite, I got a feeling you ain't going back to mama house. I don't know how much connection y'all have. I got a feeling you gonna walk around and be like, oh, this is nice. This is way better than his mama house. So, fellas, stay tight on your game. Keep yourself up. This is when men should take pride in being dressed. This is when men should take pride in getting money. This is when men should take pride in having their own things. You know what I'm saying? Because if the penthouse lets me know that I can go up there and have a drink and get a little sham.
Oh my God.
And then I got to come home and live in your mama basement after I was just at the penthouse.
Right.
Boy, it's shaky jakey around here.
Oh man. And that's
the penthouse a lot more than this basement. I'm gonna tell you that.
Yeah, man. I mean, keep that in mind.
Ooh, Vince.
But that goes both ways for the ladies too.
Ooh.
Because ladies, sometimes y'all sleep on these chicks that y'all be making fun of because you don't like the way their pictures look or the way their poses are. These are the same chicks that rub your back until the morning, that'll sit there and ask you about your goals and aspirations.
Wow.
That'll sit here and listen to you about your dreams and how much you're trying to have them come to fruition. That'll talk to you about that little quirky thing that you do that nobody else knows about because you feel embarrassed about bringing up the fact that you like to read books.
This man said read.
You know what I'm saying? And look at constellations and peer out into the world and the universe and wonder what's beyond the solar system and stuff like this that you bring up that they are into
the earth really round.
That you think is so stupid and you have completely neglected. I'm just saying, sometimes ladies, looks are not all that a man is after.
That's
sometimes these mental kidnappers, these girls that will whisper into the man's ear and say and listen to everything that they want to hear, they're not getting that at home. Sometimes that could be just as sweet as a 10 off of Instagram.
And some girls just not photogenic. Don't get it twisted. Some girls are just not photogenic, so that's why their pictures ain't right. But Vince, that is some real spit right there, sir. I'm gonna make sure I ask his behind when he get home. What is your dreams and aspirations? Tell me right now.
Yes,
I mean, I listen normally, but just that conversation, is like we have a good relationship, but I understand where you're coming from, and it should make women stop playing. Get off your phone, get off your high horse, get off of you, and check on your man because somebody's checking on him. Somebody want to know how he doing because to her he's up here.
Yes.
You knew him when he was down here. He ain't nothing. Boy, I remember when you was getting booed. You know what I'm saying? Wow. But this chick sees this dude right here.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? So that's what she sees, and that's what she's after. That's what she wants to make sure it's comfortable. It's attractive to her that a man is even up there living his dreams. Right. You know what I'm saying? So ladies, that's like real talk. And that's for fellas too, because I had that where it's like, everybody wants me. You know what I'm saying? Then I come in the house. So you don't.
Yes. Oh,
so you don't give a damn. So,
Oh, yeah.
so you just want me to warm up your plate. You don't give a damn.
Right. I just
Or
left.
they care, but it's just not really like as much. You know what I'm saying? It ain't
Right.
like falling all over me. You know what I'm saying? Like when I come in the door, I just turn down 18 niggas or men. I'm sorry.
That's all good.
Morning show.
It's Juneteenth weekend, baby. Cool.
But I come up in here and you sleep, you on your phone, hey, I could have been gone.
Yeah. Just like Chris Rock say, like he's like, yo, outside, I'm Chris Rock. I come home and you still ain't took out the trash. I still got to take out the trash.
Come on,
you know what I'm saying? Like it's dynamics.
It's very dynamic. So ladies, you should really, especially if you're married to an entertainer, ladies, you really need to treat that man as if he was your entertainer. Like as if he was your entertainer. Like you need to see him as just as talented, just as successful as anybody else sees him. And I think that's why a lot of men in that world. Hold on, I'm sorry, Vince. Wait, don't go nowhere. Plug my hold on, this long. Look, this longer than normal. Hold on.
Yeah, we just doing a little overtime here. Speaking of which, yeah, man. Gina, okay.
Okay, I'm back.
Batteries.
Okay.
Right, sure.
But no, in real life though, like you have to treat your significant other, especially someone that is in this business, you have to treat them like this business. Yeah. Because the business is on us. Yeah. The fans is on us. The promoters is on us. Everybody want to take a picture. Everybody want a piece of us. We should not come home feeling like we're nobody. Basically. You know what I'm saying? We should be able to come home and, still, do our fatherly duties and our wifely duties and things like that. But make me feel like I've been out here working. It may not be your typical 9 to 5. It may not be at a desk. It may not be, on the road. I'll throw myself in there. But I'm working. Right. So the same, how was your day, honey? What did Karen say to you today? The same that I got to give you when you come home from your 9 to 5. I need when I walk in the door, you screaming and throwing panties. Right. Yes. Yeah, well, not every time. I done picked up a few tonight, and I threw them back. But I'm just saying.
Can I throw your own draws at you? Is that just as sexy?
Can.
Like
yes,
if I could.
You can.
Okay.
That is sexy.
For sure.
But make me feel just as wanted. Like people don't understand being married to entertainers is very difficult.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
It's not an easy job, right? But just like you look on your phone and movies and everything else, and you're at awe of, I don't know, Brad Pitt or Denzel, or whatever. Oh, if I had Denzel, I'm Denzel. Okay?
I see it.
I'm Riri. I'm Alicia Keys. My husband loves Alicia Keys. I won't tell.
Oh, you do too? Yeah.
Okay, you better treat me like I'm out here playing the piano.
All right.
So that's all I'm saying, which he does. But I'm saying it's being married for a long period of time, you guys, things can get stale. Things can get in routine. Yeah. But if you want this, see what I'm saying? You got to find ways to bring that thing back. When I come home, I need to sign up. I need, oh my God, you did it. Or, I need something.
Congratulations.
I'm telling you right now, because the streets are watching. These folks is out here. I get people seriously, and I'm just going to be real. This our show. It's men all the time that wants me. They see me on stage. They see it as a powerful thing. They see it as fearless. They like, oh my God, look how she get, I'm saying, you know what I mean? So when I come home.
Oh yeah, I know.
I'm going to need that. Shut up, Vince. I'm going to need that though. Run me my compliments. And that's something that my husband does do. He makes sure, like, how was your show, babe? Was it good? I knew you was gonna kill it. I know you. I'm so proud of you. Those are things that I get. I may not get the super excitement, and throwing draws at me, but I get those pats on the back. You know what I'm saying? And not all the time. Mm-hmm. But sometimes you come home, you be on a high, boy. Ooh, you come home and you be on a high. You be mad as hell you had to come home. You be like,
yeah.
This? And you be want to leave? Like,
I mean, I don't know, man. I ain't never been bad. Well, it depends on where you are, but I will say that when you come from being like extremely celebrated, like say you just headlined Funny Bone for the whole weekend, You know what I'm saying? And I mean, there's this period which you're floating, especially when you kill every single show, where you're just like, yo, man, I'm killing it. And then you walk into the house after that whole fanfare, and you are treated as if you're furniture, right? As if there's nothing special about you, when you know for a fact an hour ago you were the apple of everybody's eye. So recognize that as well, significant others, especially when you're dealing with folks that are sensitive, like comics. Like we exert our insecurities on stage, and that like it's so much. So don't take that for granted. Number one. Number two, like last thing, it's hard sometimes to get into everything that your significant other is into, but don't shun them as a result. If your girl likes to be into 90 Day Fiance, and she likes to play tennis, or she likes to go to the salon a lot or whatever, you know what I'm saying? That's her thing. You can get into it, because check this out. Just think, she start working, and then the dude in the cubicle next to her is just as manly, but just as much into that same stuff. Still into his other stuff. And now are larding over them because of it. Like, imagine you sitting there mad at your man because he's playing Fortnite, or he's playing, The Witcher online, but he's online meeting women that look better than you, that love this stuff. You know what I'm saying? And they're like, oh my God, you're at a level 111. Holy snap. Dude, while you sitting there like, man, if you don't get your ass up, know what I'm saying, goddamn, know what I'm saying, playing on that little thing, boop, 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 boop. Meanwhile, he's on his way to create a Twitch account that he's getting paid off of, and he's in a whole realm that you have no idea.
See, that's what I don't.
And you are not tapping into his own creativity and the things that he's into. So just keep that in mind, man.
That's how you get cheated on, seriously. But you're right, Vince. You ain't never been more righter, and I'm gonna let y'all know that you gotta tap into it. You have to be able to, and you don't have to do the things that he's doing. But you show some interest.
Yes.
Just show some interest. If he over there, if he's doing something for hours, what's going on over there? You must like that, babe. What is that? Tell me about. Like, I had to get into soccer. I am an American Black woman who grew up in Inglewood, California. Ain't nobody playing no dang on soccer.
Right.
Football and basketball. They don't even play baseball. Okay. So I'm married to a man that loves football. It's not called soccer. It's football. Okay. The score is 1-0. That's how they call it. Okay. 2-0. I'm like, what the hell? But let me tell y'all what I do. I sit right there with him. Even if I'm on my phone, he don't even care. He just loves the fact that I'm in there with him, sharing that experience. Like, I'm on my phone on Instagram and Snapchat, and he yelling and everything, and he don't care. He just loves that I'm in here with him. Now, there's times where I don't watch it, and I'm in there watching my crime or whatever. But then I can see him, when he comes back and forth in the room, I'm like, okay.
Right.
Let me go on in here. Let me go on and sit down in here and get on this phone. And that's all he cares about. Ladies, you don't have to be a soccer player. Right. You don't have to learn every move. You know what I'm saying? I buy him a new soccer jersey, every birthday, every Father's Day, because that's what he loves. You see what I'm saying? So ladies, you have to show some type of interest. Ladies and fellas, you have to show some type of interest. You ain't got, like he said, you ain't got to play Fortnite with him.
Right.
Buy him a new controller and go in there and sit down with him. Babe, I seen that you wore this button out. You wore this button out, baby. I got you another one. The thing, the rubber falling off of it is hanging. You didn't thumbed it down.
Oh my God, Gina. Yo, you speaking so much truth right now. If I could just say, like, listen, am I full disclosure? Am I into hair and nails? Hell no. You know what I'm saying? Is my wife? Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not going to be the guy who can come on and be like, hey, you know what I'm saying? Wish.com just came out with a new Polynesian. Like, I don't know all of the different delicacies that go along with her, but I know this. When she's sitting there looking into it and all that, I'm like, oh, tell me about this, tell me about that. I try to ask about it. I'm not into Bad Girls Club and all that stuff, but I'll sit and I'll watch every now and then, you know what I'm saying? I definitely ain't into all of the Tyler Perry shows. Only reason I know about Wendy Williams is because of my wife, frankly. You know what I'm saying? I mean, she's not always into it, but she watches it. So Let me tell you something right now. These little things go such a long way. Can I tell you one of the very first gifts that my wife got me that made me say, you know what, you might be around for a little while. After we met, like one of my first birthdays we celebrated, she bought me a whole Spider-Man cake.
Wow.
Now I'm like 25 years old. I got a whole job, a whole degree. But it meant so much that she got me. You know what I mean? She got me. And I was like, as silly, as childish, as immature as this is, it speaks to me. And that just shows. And like, even to this day, come home with a little $4.99 Spider-Man poster. Oh, I saw this. I thought you might like it. Yes, I love it.
I love it.
Better than trying to force me into some skinny jeans because you want to see me in those pictures. So I think that those little, and that's how you keep the relationship.
That is how you keep it.
You know, and you have to worry about going out and eat
Spider-Man cake. Don't get one Spider-Man cake, ladies.
Just one. That's all it took. Just one.
But she got him with the Spider-Man cake.
That's right.
She's keeping him with the posters, the little small little figures, or let me put in on this statue because I know it's expensive. You know, things like that. That's how she's keeping him.
Right.
So ladies, don't play yourself. Don't think one little Spider-Man cake is gonna keep him.
Or one
that just got him. But once you got him, you gotta keep it, man. Marriage is hard, man. That's another reason why I don't know if it's supposed to be this way, because it's hard.
Yeah.
You know, you feel like it should be easy. You feel like you should be with somebody that you share the same things and you like the same things. That don't work.
It's not.
That don't work. That ain't what it is, y'all. I gotta watch soccer.
Yeah, and
I gotta watch one meal. That's what the score is.
But it's
2 meals.
It's for that man.
Meal.
It's for that man.
But I think we just preached to the people.
I think we did.
I think we just
had a good sermon.
Something to go home to and fix. You know, if it's a little broken, you can always fix things. You know, marriage is really about standing by a person through it all, through cheating, through not through beatings. Beatings is the only thing you ain't got to stand for, ladies. You hear me?
Yes,
Beatings and verbal abuse, them things you can be gone.
Absolutely.
You know, ups and downs, you know, no sex for a few weeks or months or whatever the case may be. The bathroom seat, the toilet seat up, socks and drawers on the floor, a little cheat, you know, not making it a habit, but you know, if somebody slipped, you know, you can pick them up. That's what makes a marriage. It being perfect, you're not getting Spider-Man cakes every day.
No.
You know what I'm saying?
No.
So that's where people get confused with marriage. They think you're supposed to get a Spider-Man cake every day, and that's not going to happen. We want it, but we're not going to get that every day.
Right.
So be prepared to, you know, do the work, man. And I think marriage is an accomplishment. I ain't going to lie. When I see people married, you know, 40, 50 years or even 20 years, I'm just like, wow, you know, like y'all made it. You know what I'm saying? Through it all or through whatever, you guys have stuck together and say, this is who I'm a ride or die for. This is who I want to, you know, give my ups and downs, who share my standing ovations and all this stuff with, you know. So it needs to be vice versa, ladies. You gotta put in the work, man, and you gotta give Spider-Man cakes as much as possible. Now we through with y'all. We done gave y'all too much game.
Yeah, I think y'all owe us some time. I reclaim my time. Let me get up out of here, man. I'm gonna be late to my PO.
Oh my God. Okay, yes.
I'm just playing. I don't got no PO. It's been years.
Okay. I'm gonna say
it ain't like that. But yeah, definitely make sure y'all do follow us if you want to hear these shows again, because by next week, after next Sunday, we taking off. It might be, at first it was a month, it might be 2 months. Who knows? You never know, man. I might not come here. I got to do Carnival.
The world is open. The world is open
now, man.
Vince is doing big things. Vince is doing he's getting back on the cruise ships, and which we all know that, you know, he will be gone for, you know, for a certain amount of time. So we love that you guys have it ain't over now. We ain't saying like we done. But we appreciate you guys sticking with us through this time. But things have opened up, and we cannot shun on the opportunities that either one of us are getting. And you know, we'll try to make sure you guys have something in this month that we're off, reruns or whatever, like Vince is saying. But this is not easy. It's not easy, and then it's not easy looking at 4 people.
Especially when your co-host can't remember their login. Like, it's one of the most frustrating things.
I have been working. They keep telling me now that I can let friends, right? Like, say that I am who I am.
Yeah.
Them friends ain't even my friends.
Oh, wow. Well,
I don't know none of the people on there to even say, hey, you might get a message from Facebook. Can you say it's me? I don't even know the people. I don't know
hilarious.
what Facebook is doing, but I promise y'all, I promise you, I have work. Y'all don't even know.
Yeah, yeah.
One time
Gina,
it said you doing too much. Just
yeah,
get off. Like one time it was like you doing too much.
yeah.
So
Look,
I'm gonna get it, y'all. I'm gonna recover it. But this is not easy. So we appreciate you guys hanging, but we will be taking July off, y'all. And
yeah.
maybe some August. If my boy is on that boat, we gotta do what we gotta do.
Yeah, because I will. But thank you for holding it down last week for the anniversary, man. I appreciate it, y'all. Gina was so nice. I called Gina up. I was out of town. I was like, look, man, I'm doing anniversary, man. You know what I'm saying? But the show must go on. She was like, well, if you don't goddamn just enjoy your anniversary. Like she wasn't even she wasn't even down to let me join the show. I had brought everything with me. I brought the mic. I brought the green screen. She was like, nah, bro. You better damn enjoy that anniversary.
Yes,
and don't you even think about logging on. I was like, all right, man, all right. You know what I'm
Kim
saying?
is Jamaican.
Yeah, she was.
You hear me, y'all?
So
Kim is Jamaican.
Thank you so much.
I'm not gonna play them games, okay?
Yeah. We had a good weekend, man. Things are going well. And in closing, I will say this, man. This marriage definitely, as marriage is difficult, it's gone through some rocky stuff, but things are things are going well now. And the reason I'm saying that is because it just shows that if you just don't abort, if you don't, and I don't mean that, I shouldn't use it. If you don't jump ship, rather I should say, as soon as things get rocky, then there could be, a better rest of your life on the other end of it. I see Lisa's comment about verses. We didn't. Gina talked about verses. It was so last week. We didn't think we was really going to talk about it. I mean, Trina and Eve.
Trina
I don't
had
know
on Harry Potter's whole outfit. I'm gonna put up the picture of Harry Potter. He had on those orange pants and that red top. Trina looked like a fruit roll up. Those pants was real fruit roll up esque. It was just, Lisa. It was verses.
it was verses.
Eve didn't even get to really go in her bag because Trina didn't even, you know what I mean? So Eve still had so many songs that she just didn't play because, it was the one verses that started kind of on time. Eve was live from London and Trina was live from Miami, 305, because she said 305 times. There were some songs that I didn't know of Trina, and I was like, oh. And then there were some songs like, girl, this is trash. Why did you playing this on verses? So it was good. It was one of my favorites because I'm a real big Eve fan. Like I'm a real big Eve fan. I had cut my hair and bleached my hair before Eve came out.
That's right.
I felt horrible. And then when she came out, I don't know. So I got this little connection, little bald-headed chicken head connection with Eve. And plus she's just a dope lyricist. And, Eve won. Them fruit roll-up pants didn't do it for me that Trina had on. But Eve looked good. It was 2:00 in the morning in London, and Eve still was up with heels on, performing. And that's what you do when you married to a billionaire. You ain't gotta go. You ain't gotta go, baby. That's what he told me. You ain't gotta go. Why you gotta go?
I don't know if I agree with Eve being a dope lyricist, but she was
yeah,
decent.
man. Eve was when Eve's time. Let's just put it like that. Eve's time, she had the crown. Let's just keep it real. To this day, I still think Nicki Minaj has got the lyrics for y'all. Y'all might not like Nicki, but Nicki ain't talking about popping it, tooting it. Nicki be saying some stuff. Nicki still talk about she's shooting folks still.
Yeah, that's the problem though. Nicki still rhymes like Mobb Deep, and I think we've kind of, we've moved past the shoot 'em up, bang bang, and Nicki's not doing that. She's with, a whole other subject. That's a whole other.
I love Nicki. I love Nicki Minaj.
I love Nicki. I think that she's being under. I don't think she's given the flowers she deserves because she can sing too. But the thing about Eve is she won not just on that verses, but in life. Because when you marry a billionaire and move to a whole different time zone overseas, I don't think anybody can take anything away from you. So
and went to the View. Like she went from the strip club to the studio to her own show. Come on, y'all. Let's not forget Eve had her own sitcom. Okay.
You might want to forget that. This show was pretty bad.
It was good. Shut up. To being on the View, like national syndicated white folk TV. Let's keep it real.
On the View? Eve was on the View?
Yes.
She's a talk show host?
What? She was on the View.
Oh, she
No,
was.
not with Whoopi. I'm sorry. What's the one with Sherry? The talk. Okay, there we go. I'm sorry, y'all. Not the view. I apologize.
No worries.
Both of them still white folks. Okay, let's just keep it real. Both of them is still ran by. Let's keep it just. It ain't on BET. She didn't do nothing on BET. Okay.
Right.
So she's one of the few people that literally came from nothing and was able to be in front of eyes that she probably didn't think she would ever be in front of. So,
Amen.
But the verses was all right. It wasn't Beanie Man and
Nah, there will never be another one of those.
There'll never be another
ever. So anyway, but yeah, man, I think we've done way more than enough. We've done a movie's worth of time here. We'll be back next week for the very last show for this summer, and then we'll be back for the fall. I am your boy, the real Vince Taylor.
This is your girl, Gina G.
And this is, of course, Melanin Espresso. See you next week, bro. And this is Melanin Espresso. Oh, Gina wasn't ready.
Good morning.
Good morning. Like, comment. Please comment. We putting up comments. I got a tattoo on the shoulder too, but I don't want to go through the process of zipping it down. Ching ching, Apple TV. Ching ching, Roku TV. Ching ching,